Hey, I'm muted. Sorry. Hey, guys, what's going on? It's Dan Baird with Great River Mushrooms. We are live in the lab again, except we're live outside of our lab. We're going to smoke a little cannabis, start a little giveaway, and then we're going to go inside. But thank you for joining me. What's going on, Doris? Don't forget to hit those love, live, like, reaction buttons and share out as well. I like to educate people about mushrooms and herbal medicine. I'm actually the owner of Great River Mushrooms. If this is the first time joining me from Quincy, Illinois. What's going on, Trent? And today we're going to do some colonization of some bags, some grain bags, and I'm going to give away my newest products that I actually just made yesterday. We're going to give away some turkey tail. We now have turkey tail capsules on our menu, so we're going to start that giveaway here. Hashtag turkey tail, and really, turkey tail is basically a probiotic or a prebiotic, I guess you could say, and it really boosts the immune system. And there are countless studies that also show that it has the capability of killing cancer as well. So we're going to give away some turkey tail. We got a whole month's supply here. Take 2 a day and really improve your health as well. I actually just started taking it this morning, and I have noticed quite a difference. So I feel more energized, even though I've eaten a little too much sugar today and drank a little too much coffee. But let me get some music in here and get that hashtag going. We're going to do turkey tail. Let me get that. Turkey tail hashtag. And we're going to give away that and probably give away a bottle of lion's mane after that. I'll give away some lion's mane too. So we'll probably give away 2 different bottles a day. I really want to start educating people on the power of turkey tail. So it seems to have a lot of beneficial powers, and I've been having a lot of people ask me if I actually provide it. So now we do. We also have the large containers of our lion's mane mushrooms, and they're on sale right now for $24. It's 120 capsules, 2-month supply, or for 2 people, 1 month supply. So go check that out at greatrivermushrooms.com. I had actually somebody buy 4 large bottles of that the other day, so they seem to be stocking up on it. But the stuff works for itself. Go ask Gabe from Ohio 420. He really loves the lion's mane, and it's really been benefiting a lot of people once I've started educating them about the benefits of lion's mane. What's going on, Helena? Sorry, Helene. Called you Helena again. What's going on, Rasta? How you doing today? Beautiful Saturday. Although it is really cold, but tomorrow's going to be warmer. I know a lot of people got some snow on the ground, and I don't like to see snow on the ground, but it's all good. What's going on, Macy? How you doing? Also, anybody who has used my products, please go to my website, greatrivermushrooms.com. Leave a review. It really helps show that my website is legit, that I actually provide real products. So if you've bought anything from me, go over there. You can leave a review for any item that you bought individually. So I welcome you to do that. Cheers. Yeah, we got a bowl of some Jack Hera. It's a really energizing high. So I'm going to smoke it, and then we're going to go in the lab and do some work. And we got to do some bags. We got some new species we got in that are really doing well. So we need to transfer some of those over into new bags. So a lot of you don't know, but mushrooms they actually colonize on these grains that I have. I actually sterilize the grains, and then I inject or put the mycelium into the grain bags. It allows the mycelium to grow on the grain, and then it allows me to break up the grain later on and then colonize into other bags as well. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to transfer some of those in other grain bags and keep this and grow out some more of this mycelium. Basically, you just have to give it a new home so it allows it to grow even more. That's basically what we're doing. It's like transferring a plant that's been rooted in a spot that's too small now. So that's basically what we're doing. The mycelium is outgrowing its home, and we need to transfer it over to a new home so it can continue to grow. If that makes any sense. What's going on, John Doe? How you doing? Tasha, how you doing? Everybody's having a beautiful day. Again, we're giving away some of our newest product. It actually is the turkey tail. We just bottled it up last night, and I was going to go to the farmer's market today, but I didn't make it. I actually felt like I was having the beginning of a sinus infection, and I kind of wanted to sleep in and rest, and I think that was a wise decision because I feel a lot better now. And also because of the elderberry syrup, honestly believe that stuff has kept my sinus infection from getting worse. It usually when I get sinus infections, they always seem to progress until I feel miserable. And sinus infection, it usually is pretty weak in other people, but in me, it kind of puts me out. It takes away a lot of my energy, and I'm not able to do a lot. So that elderberry syrup has really boosted my immune system. I literally this morning felt like shit, took it a few times a day, and I really feel a lot better. So check out the elderberry syrup as well. It's $11 on the website, and you can order with any other product and save on the shipping as well. What's going on, Margaret? How you doing? Just got off work. Well, that's good. So that means that means you went into work very early. So I was probably still sleeping. But also, I wanted to say I appreciate people reaching out and helping them. Yesterday, we have a friend in need, and he's in my house right now. He stayed the night here, and I'm trying to help him find a place to live and help him on his feet. But I think we found him a job. That's why I like making posts like that I did yesterday on my Facebook page, and it really helps people in the community help, reach out and help you. But we had somebody reach out, and it sounds like he has a couple job offers actually. I know at least 3 people legitimately offered him the job if he was willing to work. So one of them is with a really good company at Sam's Club. We both know a friend who was a manager there, and she basically said the position is his if he wants it. So, and I also didn't know that Sam's Club apparently has homeless benefits for some of their employees. So she was telling me it's some kind of homeless benefit program where people apply for it, and Sam's Club will help pay for your house while they hire you. That was very interesting because I wasn't aware of that Sam's Club actually did that. And then they had some kind of other program too that helped people who had other issues. So that was really interesting. But I applaud Sam's Club for doing that, and her manager educating me about that because I was very unaware. So it sounds like that would be a good choice to go to Sam's Club and be a stocker there and receive some of those benefits to help you out, further down the road. What's going on, Ohio 420? Yeah, Ross, that definitely is good news. I appreciate you helping out yesterday too, as much as you could. And I even saw another message yesterday. We have a nonprofit local. It's called Bella Ease. I'm not really sure if that's local or a national organization, but they apparently can offer assistance too. So he was told to contact them on Monday, come in and apply, and then they would see if they could help him out. So really, a lot of times to help somebody out, you just really have to reach out and let people know that somebody's struggling. That's the really helpful part, because it takes a community to really help, get somebody off their feet. I don't have the money to help somebody else, so it really takes more of a community effort to do that. That's all right, Rasta. But we're gonna smoke some of this. This is. Well, I can't remember the name right now. Drawing a blank. Cheers. Jack Harrow. That's what's going on. Also, I applaud anybody who has the awareness to check themselves into an ER too when they're struggling mental wise. And I applaud my friend for doing that. Most people, when they become that state of mind, they don't have the awareness or the capability to really check themselves into a place where they can get mental health treatment. So that's a good thing. Sometimes people just show up on your door because you're meant to help them, You frozen? It is cold out today. All right. Smoke some of that Jack Harrow. And now I got to lube myself up with some of that Germex because I don't want to bring the germs into the lab. Don't forget to hit that like, share, reaction button, please. Let's get those reactions up over 10. We got 17 people in the house, and don't forget to hit that turkey tail hashtag. We're giving away one of our newest products, a whole month supply of turkey tail. And turkey tail is basically a prebiotic. It boosts the immune system, helps gut bacteria, and also can help fight and prevent cancer. Those studies are still coming about, but there are plenty of stories of people who said that turkey tail has helped cure their cancer. There's a lot of medical value on these mushrooms, and the deeper I get into them, the more I find out that they actually treat so many mental health illnesses, because when you regulate your gut, you regulate your mind, and because they're so connected, our digestive systems regulate our brains based on what we eat. And, even though 30 years ago we thought the digestive system was literally just the stomach that digests food and went down and exited our body, but it's way more complex than that. So it's awesome that these mushrooms we're discovering can treat so many different things that prescriptions really lack. And I'm seeing that myself firsthand as I introduce more of these products to people and see what it actually does to them. It changes their life. I've become more intrigued, getting deeper into what I do. And I think that's a lot of herbalists get into this because they see it firsthand. And I get to see it firsthand across hundreds of people, and it's really intriguing to see all that. What's going on, Facebook user? You're a turkey tail Facebook user, so you got to make sure that you put that. I think it's Facebook, StreamYard. Let's see if I put it in right. Put that in, and so you can enter into the contest, because we don't know who you are right now. I have a leaky gut, so I've been trying turkey. Oh, that's awesome. Has it been helping you, Buddha? No, thank you, Russ. So that one right there works too. See, this is the first time I've really messed with turkey tail. I do not know a lot about it. I basically know that really the three things that it helps treat is gut bacteria, boosts the immune system, and then helps prevent cancer. So, and we're eventually going to have these three products. We're going to have the reishi, the turkey tail, and the lion's mane all in capsule form. And I'll go more in depth what reishi is as we get further down the road, because I want to educate myself further before I tell anybody else. It might be because you're a Facebook user, can't see any of these comments, and you might be on a page where you might be the only one at. So 14 people over at Dan Baird's page and 4 at Great River Mushroom. So you're welcome to come over to my personal page. It is a public page. It's Dan Baird, and it'll say Dan the Mushroom Man, and anybody can follow that page and go over there. So that's probably why you don't see anybody's comments, because you're on that one page with just 4 people there. Oh yeah, and we're going to offer this into our coffee as well. I don't expect to have our coffee brand ready till the summer, but because I really have to talk to another person who's a coffee guru. But we're going to offer. It's going to be those 3 mushrooms: reishi, lion's mane, and turkey tail. We'll start out with a 3 blend, and we're going to offer it in a coffee and a hot cocoa blend. So I plan on having 2 different blends, and that way you can give it to children as well, and you can offer the benefits of mushrooms without having caffeine. So because mushrooms they're beneficial for any human over 1 year old. I don't recommend them to anybody under 1, because some children under that age can have a reaction. So, and reaction can be fatal at that age. But yeah, we'll have a mushroom coffee, and it's going to be really the only way to offer instant mushroom coffee is to crystallize your coffee. And really, I either have to find a vendor for that, or I have to make it myself. So I don't really know the process of making crystallized coffee yet. But that's the only way you can really make instant. If you offer it any other way, like say it was grounded up coffee and you filtered it, you would essentially just filter out the mushrooms as well, and then you wouldn't get the benefits. So that doing it that way wouldn't really work well. So the way to do it would be the instant coffee. What's going on, Trent? You got restrictions. What did you do, Facebook user? Go to the page and see us. I was doing the tincture lines, man. Hell yeah. Appreciate it, Buddha. Appreciate it. And we've now shipped our lion's mane to about 20 states now. And we've only had our website for about 5 months. So that's awesome that we are now reaching across the whole country and actually offering these mushrooms to so many people and educating them and showing them that the mushrooms have so much to offer us medically in the future. You know, we learned so little in school about mushrooms, but now we realize how important they are and how beneficial they are when you actually eat them, even in a powder form. All right. Put some gloves on, and then we're bringing it into the lab here. We're outside our lab, so this is a tent next to another tent. It's a 5x10 tent, and we do all our sterile work in here. So I really only go in here after I take a shower, and so it's a pretty clean environment. And that's where this other camera is right here. You can see. So we got 2 cameras in here. You can see all the action. And basically, we're going to clean up a little bit. We have a little bit of bleach water. And we're going to clean off these tables just with a little bit of bleach water. Put our lab coat on. And we just want to sterilize a little bit of the environment. Get it really clean. What's going on, Sandra? How you doing? And just clean off as much surface as we can with the bleach water. We got a couple of really, the way germs work is they tend to flow, they tend to rise up, and then they'll fall to the lowest surface on any area. So they'll land on surfaces or the floor, which the floor is okay. We're not going to clean the floor today, but we do clean the floor quite a bit. It is a very clean room. And we're now going to turn our filter on. We have a filter in here. This is basically a filtration device right here, and it has a control valve over here. It brings in fresh air from outside through another charcoal filter, comes into here, and then comes through this filter on the front side here. And then we're going to do all of our work right in front of here where you can see this other camera. So we're going to turn that on. You probably won't hear it, but it does get a little loud in here. It makes it hard to hear anything else. We're going to clean around the rim of here. We just want to make sure everything's really clean as we can get it. I'm wondering, can anybody hear that fan? I'm always curious. Nobody ever says they can, so. Also, we deal with a little bit of liquid mycelium. I'll show you what I'm doing in here since I'm in the lab. I'm going to do this anyway. We have another light in here, and this is our shaking device here. So we basically have liquid mycelium in here. You can see it floating around. And it's just basically mycelium that's sitting in liquid agar. And here's a bigger liquid more. And it has a magnetic stirrer in there. So we're going to put it on this machine right here, and it's going to stir it for us. And we're going to turn it up about half the speed. And you can see it's starting to spin now. Get you a little closer. And sometimes you can knock it off too, like I just did, but we'll get it spinning again here. And this is going to break up our agar. So you basically want to leave it spinning for about 15 minutes. And it's basically going to chop up the agar, and then we can extract it and use it in other places. But we do have a few jars of different agar. And if you don't stir it, it kind of settles in one big glob. You can kind of see it in here. It's a huge glob of mycelium. So chopping it up helps it grow more. But we're gonna leave that running for a second. Pretty much cleaned all the surfaces. There's not many surfaces in here. And we have a whole bunch of new grain bags. So these are what we're going to be dealing with today. These are our grain bags. They are 3 pounds of sterilized oats. We basically buy these at a local farm and home supply and sterilize them at 15 psi for about 2.5 hours. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of these today. So we're going to bring these over here. Yeah, I think we got about 10 of them. And other mushroom companies sometimes make all their or buy all their products. We make all our products here at Prairie River Mushrooms. So I make all the grain bags, all the petri dishes, and you can see this beautiful. Look at that beautiful mycelium growing in this petri dish. This is pink oyster mushrooms, mycelium. And you see it's all that furriness growing in there. Over here. And every mycelium does look different. This one actually looks more hairy. You can see it has a little hairs that actually stick up. So every mycelium actually has its own mycelium, and it looks slightly different than other mushrooms. So just because somebody says it's mycelium doesn't mean they all look the same. Every single species has its own unique mycelium as well. You can see it over here again. What's going on, Connie? What's going on, Becca? How you doing? Cheers from Chicago or Michigan. Hell yeah. So we're going to do some of those bags. And it looks like we have 10 of them to do. Quite a bit. But it'll go pretty quick. You'll see how. And don't forget to hit that hashtag, Turkey Tail. We're giving away some of our newest product. Go check out the website. I don't have it on there yet, but it's going to be the same price as the Lion's Mane. But I hope to get that on the website later on tonight, the Turkey Tail product. And you'll be able to buy it. It should be the same cost as the Lion's Mane, $13 for a whole month supply. And again, Turkey Tail is an immune booster. And I think I can prove that because I literally didn't go to the farmer's market this morning because I thought I was catching a sinus infection. Took some Turkey Tail, took some of my elderberry syrup, took some of my Lion's Mane, and I feel like I wasn't even sick anymore. So very interesting how powerful these things are. And I think we forgot one thing. We need our bottle of alcohol, so give me 1 second. I legit left it all the way upstairs. Run all the way upstairs to get it, but this is our spray bottle of alcohol. This is basically what we're going to use to clean off a lot of our stuff. And it is alcohol, just making sure. So we need to make sure first our pair of scissors are clean. And we grab some of the Germex. I like to use both Germex and alcohol when I clean my scissors. And you can use a flame, but you risk ruining your scissors. So just rub that all over it. Then we're just going to dry it off. And then we're make sure our scissors are absolutely clean. So these are what we're going to use to open up these sterile bags. And we don't want to introduce any new germs to them. So again, we keep a bottle of this handy. We actually have 3 of them around the house. It's just some Germ-X. Really keeps your hands clean instantly. Really, rub them on your hands. Even when you got gloves on, they're really helpful. So we use a lot of that around here. We also buy 99% alcohol, and then we water it down to 70%. And it's important that you water it to 70 because then it sits on the surface longer. So 99% alcohol actually evaporates very fast. Let's see if I can bring this up here. I'll have to bend over. There we go. 99% alcohol evaporates really fast, and you have to add a little bit of water to it to really help it sit on the surface longer and then kill more germs. So we water it down, and it helps save money. Spraying 99% alcohol or anything can get expensive, so we water it down to 70, cut down on some costs. You could probably water it down further to 60% too, and be just fine. Put a little more water in it. You're still essentially killing germs. So today we're going to start with one of our species, one of the most aggressive species I have seen growing mushrooms, and it's called the tarragon mushroom. This is a mushroom that was just discovered 3 years ago in 2021 in a castle outside of France. So this is our new species. It actually looks like a cross between a gray oyster and an elm oyster. It is part of the oyster family species, but it apparently has a very unique taste. And so we're going to get this spread around the Midwest. We are probably one of the only ones in the Midwest with this mushroom right now. I don't know if the company in Springfield, Missouri, Illinois is growing any, or in St. Louis, but we're just going to say, well, we have this unique strain, and we're now going to continue to grow it out and introduce it and out to the market. What's going on, Justin? How you doing? So the first thing we got to do is break the bag up. We got a bag full of grain here. This is our whole oats grain that I just showed you an empty bag of. Empty sterilized bag, colonized sterilized grain bag. So that's the difference. This one has been fully inoculated with the species strain of mycelium. So this is basically the seed where everything starts. And we're basically gonna take clones out of here, transfer them into other grain bags, and allow the species to continue to grow. Now these aren't, when they grow themselves, they're not clones of each other. They're single cell organisms that grow off of one another and form a community. That's what mycelium is. Now, they're able to fully communicate with each other across the whole colony because they are connected through the system that can send electrical signals and as well as exchange nutrients and other things among other plants and animals. So the reason that this mycelium does this is because it exchanges carbon with the trees and it uses that carbon in the soil as well that feed all the insects as well. So it's a whole ecosystem underground, and it starts with this stuff right here, which allows plants and trees to exchange nutrients with each other in order to survive and thrive. So a lot of people don't realize that underneath the ground, these plants and animals, or plants and trees, are able to know if their siblings are next to them. They know that they can communicate underground with each other. It's really interesting. And if you want to know more about that, watch Fantastic Fungi. It's a great series. I think it's on Amazon. It really explains it really well how that all happened. But mushrooms can save our farming system too. That's the most awful thing that we use about anhydrous ammonia, is that it kills mycelium. And we're literally trying to grow our plants in these cornfields without using nature itself. And I know there's farmers out there who are becoming more educated about the importance of no plow tilling and not using these harmful chemicals that destroy all living organisms 10 feet, under the ground. It's just dead soil, and they add all these chemicals to it that essentially kill everything in nature that it provides to help us grow plants. And it starts with good soil, a good mycelium in the soil, and everything else takes its place in nature once that happens. I'll do a transfer into an empty bag here. Again, you see me wiping them off too. I'm wiping them, cleaning the outside with some alcohol, letting it sit on there, and then just making sure everything's clean. And the most important thing is you want to get into this crevice here. The bag kind of opens here, and we just take the rag, kind of wipe it in there. Really, getting the rag wet really helps a lot, because when you're spraying the bag, you kind of release an alcohol, and you can tend to get really high off the sprayed alcohol. So you can see me on the other can. We got the lab can here. Try to make sure my bottle's out of the way. Work right in front of this filter system. Right there you go. You can see it perfectly now. Also, please hit that like reaction button, share it out to your friends, and don't forget to get in that turkey tail giveaway. And also, if I quit talking for a second, I do tend to stop talking when these bags are open, because my breath can actually be bacteria into the bag. So believe it or not, the dirtiest thing in this room is my mouth, and everybody's mouth has bacteria in it. It doesn't matter if you brush your teeth 2 or 3 times a day. We all can have this bacteria that thrives and actually helps us digest and aids in digestion. So sometimes when you breathe that out, you can get it in these bags and cause contaminations just from breathing. We're going to cut this bag open and then transfer it over. And be silent for a minute and we'll show you. So that's when the bag is the most vulnerable. When I have it open like that, you really don't want to breathe. You really want to treat. If you have an open bag, germs can get in. That's really when contamination happens. As you can see here, I have a bag sealer. I'm sealing the bag up. I usually do a double seal, and then I'm going to shake the bag and make sure that the colonized grain has an even distribution through the uncolonized grain, so it can eat in its new home. So mushrooms are just like humans. They need to have nutrients to eat. This grain contains nutrients, basically not enough nutrients for human use, but plenty of nutrients for mushrooms. So it provides us nutrients, and then as well, I provide it with fresh oxygen, because they're just like humans. When they start making mushrooms, they need oxygen to breathe, and they expel CO2. And they actually expel a lot of CO2. And believe it or not, mycelium is one of the biggest producers of CO2 in the world, and it's interesting how much that it does that, as well as it actually stores CO2 in the ground as well. And we're finding out that like 20 to 30% of the planet's carbon is actually stored in the ground, if not even more. So the trees are actually storing the carbon in the ground. It seems to be increasing as the more carbon gets in the air. So it's very interesting. All mushrooms play into this exchange of gases between the atmosphere and the planet. And don't ever say that the soil doesn't affect what happens in the atmosphere, because they're full of shit. Because what happens in the soil directly, directly causing effects in the atmosphere, I guess I should say. So once CO2 goes in the atmosphere from the ground, it reacts and it causes, different things on the planet. Whether or not it's natural or not, we still have a lot to figure out, So in shaking it up there, you can see where all the grain that was colonized is now distributed pretty evenly throughout. And again, it's double sealed, and we're going to sticker it. We got to make sure what it is. So this is, again, our tarragon mushroom. Oh, I don't have a marker in here. This one. This is the tarragon mushroom. It was just discovered 3 years ago, believe it or not. What's going on, Perry? How you doing? And today is the 17th, so we're just going to write the date on it. Tarragon 417, and we're going to set it inside and let it do its thing. So we're going to transfer a few of those because these are our main grain bags. So one grain bag can basically grow me 30 pounds of mushrooms. So that's what it's worth to my company, 30 pounds. So that little bag there can essentially produce, let's say, between $300 to $400 of value in mushrooms. So it's very interesting that little bag can do that. And the one on the table there as well, that one there can also produce $300 to $400 in mushrooms for my company. So we're going to do another bag and do another transfer of that. And we're just going to spray it off with some alcohol, clean nice and beautiful. Also, every mushroom has its own smell. Every mycelium, that's the first time I've smelled this mushroom, and it smells like honeydew. It smells like honeydew. It's really interesting how some of these mushrooms smell like fruit. So there's another species too, the golden oyster. It also smells like honeydew. They all contain some similar terpenes in order to have the same essence in order of nature. So there's terpenes all throughout nature. They grow in cannabis, they grow in mushrooms, they grow in blueberries. Everything in nature has these terpenes. And when you have the similar odors among different plants and fungi, it's really interesting. So it literally smelled like honey, a fresh broken up honeydew when I opened that up. And I've tried to educate myself more based on odor. So every single mushroom kind of has its own smell. And I kind of know what it smells like health-wise. A healthy mycelium will smell really healthy. And if it smells kind of funky, then it's probably fighting something off. Its immune system has been is basically rising up. And sometimes you'll see it as a little yellow specks in the bags. That is it's called mushroom piss, as we call it. It's basically the mushroom's antibiotic system enacting in order to fight off anything that may be in the bag with it. It's completely normal if you're a mushroom grower to see it. I see it even in healthy bags. Sometimes some mushrooms just release it just to be safe, even though there may be nothing in the bag. And I'm just going to shake it up, break it up. Really, you can shake it up again even after you do it, but that's the great thing about the grain bag. And in fact, it's actually, a lot of people say it's healthy to do that. We lost the marker. Anybody see where the marker was? There it is. And again, we're just going to write what we have in here. And then the date. Tarragon mushroom. Set it aside. Give me 1 second. I need to check my phone real quick. All right. And we'll probably do another bag of that, and then we're actually going to grow the species out for the first time. Grow the tarragon out. Again, this is a brand new species that we just introduced to our inventory. Excited to see how it grows. Thanks for camera. I think we're good. We go. We're sealed up. I almost spilled that all over. That wouldn't have been good. But what's going on, Shannon? How you doing? And we're doing double seal in these bags. My arm's in the way, but you can kind of see it. And we're gonna take it up. Now we basically turned 3 pounds now into 12 pounds of colonized grain, essentially. That's what we just did. And really, that's a good start to have now, to have that many bags of one species. I really would prefer 4, but I have other species I need to take care of as well. So we're going to give this bag a good fit. Make sure we bag and tag it. $2.17. And really, we also like to give our bags a little space. They actually produce heat when they actually start growing. So you really want to leave about an inch between each bag to allow airflow. A lot of the mushrooms breathe too. So we'll actually do a bag of these. So this is actually the final. Oh, that one we can't use. Some of these have been sitting in here too long. We've been waiting for mushrooms to grow, and they can get contaminated. And they probably need to be sterilized before I do that. This one's good. This one's clean. We'll do one of these. Thanks for joining me, though. Don't forget to hit that love, share, reaction button. And again, these are our actual blocks. This is the final resting spot of its home. This is whole oats. Sorry. Soy hull and hardwood pellets combined with water. And that's basically what all it needs is to grow about 80% of your mushroom species. Hey, Karen, we got some of the big bottles now. They're on sale for $24 for 2 months supply for one person, or a whole month supply for 2. And we also have the turkey tail on there too, which we're giving away today. We don't have that on the website yet, but we will, and we'll have a lot more information about it. But it's basically a good prebiotic, helps improve your gut health, and it also has studies that show it can actually kill cancer as well. Really? In these bags, we want to put about half a pound of grain. So we want to put about 8 ounces of grain. But the more you put in it, the less chances are of contamination. Basically, it's like having more seeds. The chances of surviving are a lot more increased. But usually, it's 8 ounces is plenty. You can see the top has the grain. The grain is, and then the soil. That's this. Now we're going to basically going to squeeze the grain through the sides. We basically want the grain to fall down the side. And we really want the grain to get to the bottom. That's the hardest part to do. Kind of sit down and show it. And we got it all the way to the bottom now. It's pretty shaken up. So now it's evenly distributed. We want to push it down and kind of compact it. And there we go. We got a mushroom block. Now in about 10 days, this will be ready for fruiting. And in about probably 2 to 3 weeks, I'll have some mushroom to eat. And we'll label that one as well. We usually label it on our filter. Just like that. Paragon and the date. And these go on the outside of our tent. They'll actually get put in our place where we actually fruit them or allow the mycelium to grow out. So we'll actually probably do one more grain bag of the tarragon. I really want to have. Well, that's a lot of mushrooms. So we'll probably just seal this other bag up, trying to figure out what to do with the rest of it. We got a little bit of grain left in there. We'll save it for another rainy day. And I can seal this bag up one more time before I lose the filter on. There we go. We'll set that up there with the other ones. And that is the tarragon oyster as well. And now we'll do one of the other favorite. We have a lion's mane, and then we have a super aggressive golden oyster. And I love the golden oyster. Just checking it out too. We want to make sure there's nothing growing in it. Golden oyster is a beautiful yellow golden colored oyster mushroom. Christina. Turkey tail is a mushroom that kind of grows off the hardwood trees. It more or less grows off the dead hardwood trees in the forest. And it's grounded up and put into capsules, and it really helps with your gut health. It's a prebiotic, really helps boost the immune system, and has a capability of killing cancer too. It's going to be sold for $13 for a whole month supply, and the same price as the lion's mane. Well, now we're going to do some transfers on some of these golden oysters into some more grain bags so we can increase our inventory. Push our table off again. Make sure our bag's really clean, that was cut point. I want to get a bag ready here first. Again, we're just cleaning the bags off with 70% alcohol. It's a mushroom, yeah, it is. That one smells like a honeydew, really strong honeydew smell. You see me sealing the bag up. I'm just going to do 3 bags real quick and then shake them up all together. Just like that, another bag's done. These are a very super aggressive mushrooms, so they tend to grow very fast, very limited mycelium, and they'll grow in this whole bag in 10 days. They really don't need a lot of food. They're just many of the oyster species are just super aggressive by nature. They devour food very, very fast. Again, we're gonna make sure we got a sticker as well. We know what they all are. These are golden oysters. The date's 17. I'm shaking here in a second. And we're doing 3 of these, so we'll do 3 bags. We still got 4 left of them. Beautiful smell. You smell that golden oyster mushroom. Smells like a beautiful, fresh honeydew melon. Do they ever leave the bag? No. No, they need the proper environment in order to grow. If they fall on the floor, it'll just die. They basically mushrooms grow on anything that was alive and that is dying now. That's what they love to eat. Just making sure our bags are sealed. Sometimes they tend not to seal anymore as they get older, or as this machine gets older. Sometimes I do a fold over like that just to make sure nothing falls in there. We just like that, we did 3 bags of golden oyster. We'll probably do drop it into one of these bags as well. Well, these are all shiitake bags, so you can't use those. And we probably want to sterilize these again before we use them. I probably want to. It's sit there too long. Actually, that one of those was one of the one we brought in. Let me see. One of these is just sterilized, and I don't know. I think it's this one. Yep. All right, we'll throw this into this one and use it. Really, some of these bags aren't fresh, so some of them get contaminated if they sit in here too long. But next week, once we get our grain bags going more. How much do you grow at one time? I can grow a maximum of 300 to 500 pounds a month. There's really no point in growing that many if you don't have a market to sell them to. But I have I'm building that market. This is the year I'm really going to hit up new markets, so we're going to kind of increase our people's awareness that we exist across the state of Illinois and Missouri. All right, make sure we label that. Seal up the bag. We got some mushrooms left we didn't need to use. Set them off to the side. And now we need to shake all those bags in these guys. Shake them all up. And we got them right here, so I'm going to move all that grain around in there. Don't forget to hit that turkey tail giveaway. Hit that like button, please, as well. Very helpful. I'm probably going to give that away here in a minute. So I'll bring it up there. Yeah, this is the golden oyster now in the new home. Get that grain to good shape. The turkey tails do come in a capsule. These are going to be in capsule form, so what I'm giving away is a whole month supply and 500 milligrams each capsule. So you will get a whole month supply. Take 2 a day. somebody real quick. Their gloves are getting holes in them, getting worn out. And we got one more bag to shake here. And this is the final resting place for the gold boys. Man, our gloves are all blowing out. Keep the shake low. This is this final resting place. This is, again, soy hole and hardwood pellets. We're trying to get the grain to the bottom of it so it can be evenly spread throughout the bag. If you don't get it to the bottom, then it won't ever colonize the bottom. So you got to make sure it's evenly spread. Again, we're just going to push it down, going to be compact. That to the side. Now, I think we only have shiitake blocks left yet. We have a few other transfers we can do here. We got 4 grain bags left. I wasn't planning on being live for too long today. Lion's mane also grow out in the wild too, and I sell them in a capsule form. Then I think we'll do from the lion's mane. So we're going to press some lion's mane. Mycelium into some new grain bags. So here we have some lion's mane. It's not as wispy looking as some of the oyster species, but it's very healthy. I'm trying to grow mushrooms at the top. We're just going to make sure it's all good broken up. And then dump it into 4 other grain bags. And we just transferred some lion's mane now. I forgot my camera's up there. Just get some lion's mane. And we're going to do 3 bags real fast. And then we'll shake them up. Another bag of lion's mane. And we'll probably just do all four with lion's mane. We do have another species called the pink oyster, but it hasn't finished colonizing the bag yet. The pink oyster is actually a tropical species, so it tends to grow a lot slower in the when it's colder out. So we'll wait on that pink oyster species and let it grow a little more. We're gonna double seal it. We got 3 new bags of some lion's mane. Basically 12 more pounds. And we're gonna do 4 of them, so we're gonna do a total of 16 grain. Lion's mane is something you want to grow a lot of. Again, we got four bags now. We turn 1 bag into 4 bags. Get this all on the website, www.greatrivermushrooms.com, right on the screen there. Lion's mane and turkey tail are both $13. Well, turkey tail's not on there yet, but it will be soon. Again, this is lion's mane, so we just want to label it and date it. Got 4 of them to label. And that's probably all I'm going to do today. I wasn't planning on being here for, sometimes I've been here for 4 hours, as some of you know. But, got lion's mane. And really, all these bags next week should all be white in about 7 days. We also have, this is the pink oyster species. They all look the same species. You can see the bottom has right here has not started to colonize. You see a fine line where it's growing. And again, this is a tropical species, so I'm guessing it's not growing as fast because it's not hot out. So we're going to give it a good shake up. Spread that colonized grain to the bottom better. And again, you can shake any grain bag or any grain jar once it reaches 25% colonization. At that point, you can reshake it, and it's actually very useful because the mycelium will grow more aggressively as it begins to look for other mycelium in the network. So that's the first thing when you shake these up. The first thing the mycelium is doing when I do this is it's immediately reconnecting with another mycelium, and then they search out for food and other mycelium. You basically broke up its buddies, and it goes down looking for them again. Again, these are all single cell organisms built, connected to each other through a network. And that pink oyster bag now shaking. We also have some shiitake that's not colonized evenly either, so we're gonna give that a good shake. And hopefully next week it's ready to use. But again, hitting that turkey tail, don't forget that reaction button. Let's see if we can get that up to 30 likes. And we're gonna get this turkey tail away, guys. I probably got to get out of here. I'll give you guys one more second. But we did accomplish a lot. You can see now all of our upper shells. Let me bring myself up here. Oh, I went full screen for a second. Oh, these are all the species we just did up here. A couple more bags over here. These are all our petri dish genetics, all our grain jars, and then all of our new bags come in, go to the bottom. So new species on top, and then the ones we need to colonize are down here at the bottom. It all works really well. We have another side of the tent over here, which allows us to do a little more work if needed. Mostly empty in there and mostly used for storage of the stuff that I use. Yeah, let's turn off this vent because we don't need it anymore. It's loud. You can really see it when I actually put a light up to it. Maybe. You can see the single cell filaments, single cell organisms in there. Let's try that one. But that is mycelium. You can really see it. It's hard to see sometimes. You got to get the light just right to really see it. Maybe from the front. That's pretty cool stuff. Some of it is pretty old in here too. That's the blue oyster. You can see it's thread-like. I wonder if my camera for my phone. Probably is. Let me bring the other screen up. Might as well take it off. It's like cloudy stuff, you know, and it's individual threads. It really looks like a whole just mass of mold. You all know how mold looks like too. I'm gonna end this one here. See it, hell yeah. What's going on, Michael? How you doing? Let's get that hashtag. Let me get that on my way because you can't see. There we go. All right, I'll give you 30 more seconds. I'm going to hit this giveaway, guys. It's like its own planet. Yeah, it's in a petri dish. Sometimes they grow mushrooms too, and this is a spore print. It actually grew a mushroom in the petri dish, and there's a nice spore print in there now. All right, let's hit this giveaway, guys. Good luck, everybody. Oh, it's Rasta. Hell yeah, Rasta. Said, hey, Rasta, and then Rasta wins. Rasta, you're going to be the first one to get my turkey tail. I don't have my celebration music in here, too. I turned it on. But thank you guys all for joining me. Congrats. I'm sure he's in here. There he is. Holy turkey tail Batman. I already got Ross's address, so he didn't even need to message me, but congratulations, brother. who knows, they might actually help you a lot more than you think. So I'm going to get them out there more and see how they benefit everybody. It'll be really, really interesting. But again, thank you guys for joining me again. I got to go give somebody a ride, and I hope you guys have a great Saturday night. Stay warm. Tomorrow's supposed to be a lot warmer. So can't really see my face in here. Oh, I'll try to bring that back up. There you go. You can see me better there. We'll end this. Thank you guys for joining me again. Check out my website later. We'll have the turkey tail on there, and it's $13 for a whole month supply. We also have the lion's mane, and then I also have 7 Ficos left. Just 7 tubes of Fico left. $26 with shipping. They come to about $31. So save yourself some money. Grab some of that Fico. It's I don't really have it a lot, like as you know, but I sold out for about 10 days. So grab it while you can. But again, thank you guys for joining me. We're going to hit you with the exit music or the commercial for Great River Mushrooms. And I hope you guys have a great day. Again, check out me and Rasta in the morning again with coffee time with Dan and Rasta. And we'll have a good time then. Smoke some cannabis and talk about some mental health things. So we'll see you guys in the morning. You guys have a great night.